our son, about our great big son, is that deep down, in the private most pit of his gut, he's not completely sure it's his own kid.
My God, you're a wicked woman.
And I've told you a million times, baby, I wouldn't conceive with anyone but you. You know that, baby.
A deeply wicked person.
Oh my, oh my.
I'm not sure this is subject for.
Martha's lying. I just want you to know that right now, Martha's lying. There are very few things in this world I am sure of. National boundaries, the level of the ocean, political allegiances, practical morality. None of these would I stake my stick on anymore, but the one thing in this sinking world that I am sure of is my partnership, my chromosomological partnership in the creation of our blonde-haired, blue-eyed son.
I'm so glad. That was a very pretty speech, George.
Thank you, Martha.
You rose to the occasion. Good. Real good.
Well,
Real well.
Honey.
Martha, she knows better.
I know better. I've been to college like everybody else.
Martha been to college. Martha been to a convent when she was a twig of a thing, too.
And I was an atheist. I still am.
Not an atheist, Martha. You're a pagan.
Oh, that's nice. Isn't that nice, dear?
Yes, wonderful.
And Martha paints blue circles around her things.
You do?
Sometimes you want to see.
Tut, tut, tut.
Tut tut yourself, you old floozy.
He's not a floozy. He can't be a floozy.
You're the floozy. Now you watch yourself.
All right, I'd like a nipper of flip brandy, please.
Honey, I think you've had enough now.
Nonsense. Everybody's ready, I think.
Nonsense.
Okay.
Our son does not have blue hair, or blue eyes for that matter. He has green eyes, like mine.
He has blue eyes, Martha.
Green.
Blue, Martha.
He has the loveliest green eyes. They aren't all flaked with brown and gray, you know, hazel. They're real green. Deep blue, pure green, eyes like mine.
Your eyes are brown, aren't they?
Green. Well, in some lights they look brown, but they're green. Not green like his, more hazel. George has watery blue eyes, milky blue.
Make up your mind, Martha.
I was giving you the benefit of the doubt. Daddy has green eyes too.
He does not. Your father has tiny red eyes, like a white mouse. In fact, he is a white mouse.
You wouldn't dare say anything like that if he was here, you coward.
You know, that great shock of white hair, those little beady red eyes, a great big white mouse.
George hates Daddy. Not for anything Daddy's done to him, but for his own.
Inadequacies.
That's right, you hit it. Right on the snout. Where do you think you're going?
We need some more booze, Angel.
Oh, so go.
Thank you.
He's a good bartender, a good bar nurse. The son of a bitch, he hates my father, you know that?
Oh, come on.
You think I'm kidding? You think I'm joking? I never joke. I don't have a sense of humor. I have a fine sense of the ridiculousness, but no sense of humor. I have no sense of humor.
I haven't either.
Yes, you have one, honey. A quiet one.
Thank you.
You want to know why the son of a bitch hates my father? You want me to tell you? All right, I will tell you now why the son of a bitch hates my father.
Oh, good.
Some people feed on the calamities of others.
I do not.
Honey.
All right, shut up, both of you. All right, now, Mommy died early, see, and I sort of grew up with Daddy. I went away to school and stuff, but I more or less grew up with him. Jesus, I admired that guy. I worshiped him. I absolutely worshiped him. I still do, and he was pretty fond of me too. You know, we had a real rap part going, a real rap.
Yeah.
And Daddy built this college. I mean, he built it up. From what it was, it's his whole life. He is the college.
Uh-huh.
The college is him. You know what the endowment was when he took over and what it is now? You look it up sometime.
I know. I read about it.
Shut up and listen, cutie. So after I got done with college and stuff, I came back here and sort of sat around for a while. I wasn't married or anything. Well, I'd been married, sort of, for a week. My sophomore year at Miss Muff's Academy for Young Ladies College. A kind of junior later chatterly arrangement as it turned out. The marriage. He mowed the lawn at Mrs. Muff's, sitting up there all naked on a big power mower, mowing away. But Daddy and Miss Muff got together and put an end to that, real quick. Annulled, which is a laugh, because theoretically you can't get an annulment if there's an entrance. Ha! Anyway, so I was re-virginized, finished at Miss Muff's, where they had one less gardener's baby. And a real shame that was, and I came back here and sort of sat around for a while. I was a hostess for Daddy and I took care of him. And it was nice. It was very nice.
Yes. Yes.
What do you mean, yes, yes? How would you know? Lover. And I got the idea about then that I'd marry into the college, which didn't seem to be quite as stupid as it turned out. I mean, Daddy had a sense of history, of continuation. Why don't you come over here and sit by me?
I don't think I should.
Suit yourself, a sense of continuation, history, and he'd always had it in the back of his mind to groom someone to take over sometime when he quit. A succession, you know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
Which is natural enough when you've made something you want to pass it on to somebody. So I was sort of on the lookout for prospects with the new men. A heir apparent. It wasn't Daddy's idea that I had to necessarily marry the guy. I mean, I wasn't the albatross. You didn't have to take me to get the prize or anything like that. It was something I had in the back of my mind. And a lot of new men were married. Naturally.
Sure.
Like you, baby.
Like you, baby.
But then George came along. Along came George.
And along came George bearing hooch. What are you doing now, Martha?
I'm telling a story. Sit down. You'll learn something.
Alrighty.
He's come back.
That's right.
You.
Come back.
Yes, I see.
Where was I?
I'm so glad you're back.
Oh, yeah. And along came George. That's right. Who was young, intelligent, and bushy-tailed, and sort of cute, if you can imagine it.
And younger than you.
And younger than me.
By 6 years.
By 6 years. It doesn't bother me, George. And along he came, bright-eyed into the history department. And you know what I did, dumb cluck that I am? You know what I did? I fell for him.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes, she did. You should have seen it. She'd sit outside my room on the lawn at night and she'd howl and fought the turf. I couldn't work.
I actually fell for him. That day.
Martha's a romantic at heart.
That I am. So I actually fell for him. And the match seemed practical too. You know, Daddy was looking for someone to
Just a minute, Martha.
take over sometime when he was ready to
Just a minute, Martha.
retire. And so I thought,
Stop it, Martha.
what do you want?
I thought you were telling the story of our courtship, Martha. I didn't know you were going to start in on other business.
Well, I am.
I wouldn't if I were you.
Oh, you wouldn't. Well, you're not.
Now you've sprung a leak about you know what.
What? What?
About the apple of our eye, the sprout, the little bugger, our son. And if you start in on this other business, I warn you, Martha, it's going to make me angry.
Oh, it is it?
I warn you.
You what?
I warn you.
Do you really think we have to go through?
I stand warned. So, anyway, I married the son of a bitch, and I had it all planned out. He was the groom. He was going to be groomed. He'd take over someday. First, he'd take over the history department, and then Daddy retired. He'd take over the college, you know, that's the way it was supposed to be. You getting angry, huh, baby? That's the way it's supposed to be. Very simple, and Daddy seemed to think it was a pretty good idea, too, for a while, until he watched for a couple of years. You getting angrier? Until he watched for a couple of years and started thinking maybe it wasn't such a good idea after all.
Stop it, Martha!
The hell I will. You see, George didn't have much push. He wasn't particularly aggressive. In fact, he was sort of a flop. A great big fat flop.
Stop it, Martha!
I hope that was an empty bottle, George. You don't want to waste good liquor, not on your salary. Not on an associate professor's salary. I mean, he'd be no good at trustees. Dinners or fundraisings, he didn't have any personality. You know what I mean? He was disappointing to Daddy, as you can imagine. So here I am, stuck with this flop.
Don't go on, Martha.
This bog in the history department.
Don't, Martha, don't.
Who's married to the president's daughter? Who's
All
expected
right.
to be somebody who's
Who's
not
afraid
just
of Virginia
somebody
Woolf?
who's
Virginia
bookworm,
Woolf,
somebody
Virginia
who's so
Woolf.
damn
Who's afraid of Virginia Woolf?
He can't
Virginia
make
Woolf.
anything out of
Early in
himself.
the morning.
Somebody without the guts to be
Virginia
anybody
Woolf.
proud of him. All right, George.
No, I don't
Are
even
you
say-
filming again?
Guys, I don't even say. Okay.
Come on, just go back over there.
Are you filming this?
Men do not mind.
I'm a dead fish right now.
Big fat flop.
Oh my god.